So welcome back to the Sense of Time and 8% tutorial. In the last episode, done by Catalyst, we left off at the baths entrance, where we went here, waited for Farah to follow, and if she goes around the corner, as discussed in the last episode, you hit her once here, because if you do that, Farah will stop, and if you don't hit her, she might walk past that hole in the wall, and after you zipped into the area, she'll get stuck and she won't be able to enter the area. If that happens, you can't continue, so make sure to hit her right in front of the hole, then she stops, and then you can set up the next zip done right here. So go into the corner, position yourself with a wall run, and the actions for the zip are jump, dagger, jump sword, dagger, walk steps, and normal steps, all fast rewinded. So anyway, you land here, you take the sand cloud, because in the normal route at this point you have 0 sands. You go down here, climb onto the waterfall, and wait for Farah to follow. In this area she has to follow because she has to go near the door frame, and if she doesn't, you will game over. So it is very important for Farah to follow into this area. That's why you hang onto that waterfall and go into landscape view, so you can actually verify that she followed into this area. So you then climb up, go near the door frame, and wait until Farah is close to you. If you proceed too quickly, you will game over in this very corridor, because Farah is too far away from you. Okay, so in this corridor you do the normal platforming, and you start your wall run to climb up in the very corner, like right at the end of the wall. That is set up for the next zip, for which you stand at the edge of this platform. You go into first person. This is the setup. You line up the right side of your screen with this very corner. This is not too precise because the direction of the zip is not determined by the first person camera. This is only a pre-setup, but the direction of this zip will get determined by the walk steps. So the zip goes as follows. You do a dagger and a parry. You do a lot of walk wheel inputs, like a good full scroll, followed by a bunch of normal steps. The actions of this zip are slow rewinded. If you did it correctly, the first half of the corridor will deload mid-zip, and as soon as that happens, you can stop the zip. You are now in the corridor after the baths area. If the deload in the zip did not happen, that's not a problem. You can hit the loading trigger manually, because it's located right in this breakable wall. Just be careful if you walk into this breakable wall too much. The enemies will trigger and they will teleport towards you, which is something you obviously don't want. So be quite careful if you didn't hit the trigger on the zip already. The next zip is the one into the ancient ruins. The position setup for that is you do a wall run flip at this very dark cross on the wall. It's not too precise. More important is the first person camera setup here. You want to line up the right side of the first person cam with this very dark line on the wall. Afterwards, you fully zoom in because you're going to do jump sword actions. The input are as follows: sword, jump sword, sword, jump sword. A pause of 1 or 2 seconds, because in that pause, you have to switch from slow to fast rewind. And then dagger, jump sword, camera reset, and normal steps. You can do the usual walk steps and then normal steps here, but if you do that, you might go a bit short and miss the platform. So if you want to go safe, just don't do any walk wheel steps here and just do the normal steps to gain a bit more distance. So at the beginning, the zip is slow rewinded. In the little 1 or 2 second pause, as said before, you switch from slow to fast rewind, and you fast rewind all the other actions. So let's watch the zip again without pauses. If done correctly, you will land here. You might take a bit of fall damage. That's fine. Also, you take the sand cloud. And we'll do one more zip before this episode ends. This one is quite precise. The position setup is you hang down at the very right side of the ledge here. You climb up, you go into first person, you line up the right side of the first person cam with the edge of this stone. And the actions for this zip are sword, dagger, backflip, dagger, followed by walk steps and normal steps. This zip is slow rewinded. In the backflip part, you're supposed to hit a loading trigger for the next corridor, which, if you turn around and take a look, is located right there. If you missed that trigger, this corridor right here would be unloaded, you game over and you go back to the bath's entrance. If you did it correctly, however, and hit the loading trigger, you will land in this corridor and wall jump or torpedo off this door to load the next area and also give you a checkpoint in case you fail one of the next zips. A quick side note, if you're using controller, you might experience something like this, where your backflip gets kind of screwed because you didn't hold straight backwards on your analog stick, which obviously would make the zip fail. So for that to not happen, make sure to always hold straight backwards on your analog stick when doing a backflip. However, if that happens, cancel the inputs and start that zip again. Okay, this should be everything for this episode. Thanks for watching, and next time we'll continue in this very corridor.